'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everyone hear me okay?
Loud and clear, brother.
Awesome. I'm glad to see you at home and not working.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh, God. Now, whoever asked if I'm better, I am definitely lots better, but I'm far from recovered, buddy. 3 to 6 months. Okay, so what do we got in the chat real fast before I go? Portugal, H-Town. Man, we got a couple of people from H-Town.
We should do something.
Ryan, can you? Oh, put our tags in the chat for those of you who don't know. For those of you in Houston, if you don't contact me on Instagram and set something up, you guys are missing out and you suck. It's the best time because I'm alone.
We'll both be there tomorrow.
So yeah, and Ryan will be over tomorrow. So Houston is a town we can go out and share some mastermind some ideas. So I'm always open to new ideas, especially if you're over 19. No kidding. There's some geniuses like Peter at a young age. Ryan Billinger. Okay. And share the screen. Okay. Yep. So here's the tags. Contact us on Instagram for those of you in Houston and anyone else as well. But let's set something up. And if you guys want to create an event in Houston, I'm totally down for that as well. India, holy crap. What time is it? Dream team not clear. Where'd you go? Yeah, I put it on the screen, my IG. Okay, here you go. What's that YouTube?
That's our YouTube channel. It's a live link right now. So
okay.
But if you go there, if you go there,
5 in the morning. I woke up at 5 today too, just because I couldn't sleep on my shoulder. But I was productive. I mowed the lawn at 5 a.m. I bet my neighbors love me already.
I didn't get home till 2. I was watching U.S. and Jamaica play.
U.S. kicking Jamaica's ass. Oh, there we go. Someone from Jamaica.
All right, Bertram. It was a good game. It was a good game. Stop. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, all jokes aside, let's talk business. So number one, guys, I have one-on-ones in our mentorship weekly, right? Every week. And I see certain patterns, and one is starting to piss me off. There's some people that are absolutely geniuses at setups. Like they find the most amazing, they got the most amazing eyes, but they still manage to lose all the profits or, and it all comes down to a simple thing. Stop treating this as a hobby. Like, why is this some kind of game for you? Like, imagine for a second that you could not go back to get a job. Like that was not an option. You got hit by a car, you're disabled, you're freaking paraplegic. Like this is the only thing you can do. And on that, like your whole life revolves from that. Your wife will, leave you if you do this. This is how you got to treat it. Like, oh shit, whatever. I lost one challenge. I lost the second challenge. Who cares? No, guys, be serious. Stop being a gambler. Stop being a gambler. Are you a gambler or a trader? And I know it's hard because I get it. And for those of you who followed me and remember streams from way back, I used to I show you how to feed the urge to trade without actually doing any damage to your equity. Now, of course, if you're trading with $100, it's not going to work. But if you have at least $1,000 account, fire 0.01 at any point. You just want to freaking click buttons, fire 0.01. Either direction, I don't care. Don't do any analysis. You will be so satisfied that you put a trade. And if it's in profit, hell yeah. You're just going to be bitching about how you didn't put more. But at least you will be in the trade and you'll be happy. I call them research trades because that urge comes to me as well. And I'll be looking at the thing and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting in my POI, but it's not going to just like magically appear in my POI. It's going to get to my POI. But I know better than sell to buy and buy to sell because that get pretty fast. So I just put 0.01 in there or whatever is research for you. Soccer talk over here. Ryan, focus.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. No more soccer.
So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, if you need to trade, but you didn't do analysis, put 0.01. Like, I don't understand what's the big problem. And in this case, I'm gonna be devil's advocate where a lot of people are working, right, every day. They have to, right? Their trading doesn't provide, doesn't pay the bills. So, no, Jameson, that did not direct you. But you're one of the geniuses, though. Anywho, what was I gonna say? A lot of people have a job that they go from morning to night. Now most want to say like it's good because you can't fuck around at a job, especially if it's like construction or something, and you don't have phones there. So it keeps you from over trading. You set up a trade, you wait for it, and you only execute when all your confirmations are there. Now, it sounds simple, but most people fail because they don't do that. Like, it's close enough. You got whatever the freaking strategy. Oh, you got supply and demand. It bounced off supply. It did a break structure. No, but it's close. No, the setup is invalid unless what? Hey, what do you see on YouTube right now?
Let me check.
What's going on?
It's going. It's live.
VVH, I don't know. Close your browser, reopen, click the link. Or maybe, I don't know. Can you see a live link if you're not on the account? I'm not sure. I know, but I don't want to waste everyone's time. Reach out if you can see.
Yeah, because I'm not logged on under our account. I'm logged under my personal. So.
Oh yeah, so you're able to see.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't see anything on Zoom. Can anybody else see the screen that I'm sharing? You guys see this? Just me? Or okay, so it's like a separate problem, guys. Just clear cache, close your browser, open a different browser. I don't know.
Or kill it and log back in.
All right. Cool. Okay, so let's talk about some setups. Huh?
One second. I was going to add what you said because you're talking about, people that have a job where you're there all day, and sometimes you really need to, you feel like you really need to get in the market. And if you don't know, I work 12-hour shifts at the hospital. So Yuri could attest to this. I mean, we've been trading together for a few years now. I used to be one of these people that I would find my areas of interest, and it would get close. It might not even have all the confirmations I needed, and I'd seem to think I needed to jump into a trade. Now, that's obviously I've learned from that, but the reason why Yuri and I kind of did the whole point zero one thing. If you know anything about Yuri, he's very he's not the most patient person, and so we would end up getting into trades many times way too early, only for it to go in the right direction. Fear of missing out is obviously a huge thing for every single trader. It's something you have to get through. You can see the right setup, all your confluences are lining up, and you just flat out get in too early. And it's really hard to see a trade almost make it and take off, and that's just as heartbreaking, right? So you have to be even more patient. I almost went to the point for a while where I was almost too patient, and Yuri could be attest to that too. But my win ratio started going up. Now, I'm not the one that always, I don't really like setting limits and stuff like that. I like to do market execution, but because of that, if I'm working, I can't sit there and babysit the market. So I would rather a trade go away than get into a bad trade. But it's all about your discipline, and that's where the 0.01 comes in, because it basically settles that urge to feel like you need to get into trade. Now, if it works out, if it works out, great. You are positive, and it reaffirms that you are seeing the market correctly. If it went wrong, oh well, no big deal. We'll get the next one, and we'll get it at a full position. Another thing, you can always do if you're not totally sure, or you feel like maybe you might be a little bit impatient, drop your risk size to half or a quarter. That helps too. And also you can even put multiple entry points, where we've done that before, where we put entry point that's more aggressive and one that's more conservative, and put them at quarter your normal entry, or your normal lot size. And that'll kind of help too. But the mental game is obviously way more important once you start learning everything than everything else. It's really 90% of trading.
All right. I agree 100% with that. All right. So hopefully that for some of you that never used to do this, maybe I'll see a bunch of 0.01 screenshots. You don't have to hide that one. Oh man, I'm ashamed. Don't get me mad. So let's talk about gold, man. The MVP of the week, I think. It was MVP last week, and it's MVP now. So something I talked about before, Forex sentiment, guys. Guess what? Everybody is buying gold for some apparent reason. What the hell? Where's the gold? Somebody call gold.
They knew you were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
So look at this. 70% of people are buying it. Last week was 60, right? It's 70%. It's increasing. People are buying gold. And what is gold doing? Why? Let's think about why people are buying. Like it's staring you at the face. This is support, right? For everyone who's trading. Let me erase all my craziness. So this is support area for people. So they're buying because they're not thinking, right? If we go take a look at a naked chart here, we can see how bearish gold has been. And right here, all the structure is broken. I mean, we've been bearish for some time, right? For almost a year now, since here. All right, this is the high that made the low, the lows, whatever. That's the lower high for now. We haven't done anything yet. We haven't broken this low. We haven't broken this high. We're in the middle, which is accumulating to distribute since more people are buying and banks want to buy lower. Yep. Yeah. So you can see that, right? Okay. So let's look at what happened. Man, last week was juicy. I don't know. Raise your hand if you benefited from gold. Gold was so beautiful. So we were here when I was, and by the way, 2 weeks ago, so last Furious Sunday, I was talking about how the Sunday before that I did a bunch of markups and neither one worked out. Every single one didn't work out the way I said it's going to work out. So that's when I said you need to adjust to the market and react as opposed to predict. I'm done predicting. That's impossible to be on 100%. So last week's trades, every single one that I marked up, every single one did work out the way I marked them up. So you're welcome if you took any of them. So this is what was happening when we were we were right here doing Furious Monday. Market was just consolidating. And I marked up this AMD and then we marked up the structure. We can see that this was whatever distribution, and we had the target, the inducement over here, right? And then the AMD played out, and I played that before the Furious Monday on that Monday, right? AMD, and came back perfectly to this zone of last supply that turned demand, right? The exchange point, then then distributed, and then you got in. But then I said, what's going on? We're still bearish. And where is the last point where you can see? So I marked up this liquidity that was taken, and then we're consolidating. The order flow is coming up, but the structure on this time frame here was bearish. And if you look at this point here, this was the buy, the last successful buy that created the high, right? We had a reaction from here. Everyone can see, tapped into this demand. That's all she wrote. Drop, base drop. This is the manipulation that took the highs here to drop. So this is where the bank is, right? This is where the bank is. Never mitigated, just came to the exchange point right here. What was demand became supply. We created bunch of equal highs, bunch of liquidity here and dropped, right? Took the inducement here, mitigated out of that, took the liquidity here and perfectly mitigated out of where the bank last mitigated. Okay, so that was a super easy trade, classic setup. Even if you don't know much, you just, circle the up candle before down move, you can cut it. 50%, 80%, or if you know the Quasimodo box theory, whatever. You got in, that was a great trade. We came down. Look at this beauty right here. I don't remember if I got that anymore, but essentially this is the last buy. Once again, we break the last demand and it becomes a supply. Look how it came perfectly back into here. So this is why retail's break and retest works sometimes. So they have no idea when it works, when it doesn't. Retail doesn't. But for most people, understand this. Market, other than inducement, market will always come to 1 or 2 points. If you follow structure, it will either come to the last point of supply, okay, that used to be demand, now turned supply, which is the exchange point right here, or it will come to the extreme order block, right? Decisional, extreme, okay, or it will come to both. That can happen too. First to the decisional, then just like it did here. Look, it came to the decisional, it came to the supply demand area exchange point. You could have had a nice trade here, and then it came back and came to the source. Boom. So this might happen here as well. In fact, I kind of anticipate it happening the same way because gold loves to repeat itself. But let's see what's happening here. What's happening after that? There was another AMD. Man, it's just kept going. The next day.
Real quick,
okay.
Any questions you guys have, put them in the Q&A, and any regular chats, just put in the chat. On YouTube, just fire away in the chat, and I'll answer those.
This, I think I posted for everyone. even in Nadinitsa Capitals or in Mike's community. I can't remember. Or maybe I just posted for our guys. We did a session, and this is guys what you gotta understand. So if you look, I was looking at this here, and was it? Yeah. So I was looking at this here, and I saw that this wick here, right? It doesn't break structure to the top, right? So it doesn't break structure to the top, it just mitigates. So then it becomes a target. So I knew that's the target over here. But when this came, it didn't quite trigger me, and I just left my buy limit there. I do remember I got into 3 here. So this was lucky, right? The first one was lucky. But then over here, if you went down to 5 minutes, again, it requires some whatever. Out of all of this, this was the easy trade that everyone could take. Because this is just the first reaction. You don't know if it's going to keep going down. This is what I try to teach, right? I am, like Ryan mentioned, very aggressive person. So I don't care. Over here, I was risking maybe 2 pips. So I'm going to get in. And if I lose, screw it. Maybe I lost one before I got in the next one. I don't care. Because I make a decision, I don't hesitate. So, but the smart thing to do is to wait, right? This is your accumulation. Then you got manipulation, taking out the lows, mitigating out of here. Distribution, break of the high, break of structure, break of order flow, boof. And then you come back, you tap in right into here. Very easy. AMD, mitigation, boom. Awesome. Now, then we do the same thing all over. I didn't play any of this, unfortunately, until we got here. This I missed, and there's a reason I missed it. But because I was trading other pairs, I don't care. So this was basically, where did it come? Like the same point here. That same supply, less supply point. There's that imbalance right there. So it came to it. It came directly to it, right? Yeah. So that was the big manipulation, because they created just like another range over here. They didn't really come to anything that I see. They didn't quite come to the level of the last buy. So I knew that if we turn around and this is the wick right here and equal highs, that's going to be whatever. But I didn't, this I already created later. I didn't see this. Anyway, the main important part is we slammed all the way down, taking out all of the people that were still holding this, including me, the 2 positions. I did take partials, of course. And then easily came back once again into what? Right here. Right, this is the last buy. Again, 2 points that it can come to. What did I usually say? Either exchange point. Look at that reaction. Boom and down. That's the reaction from the demand that turns supply. So this right here, this area, is where the market is going to come. So that's exactly where I caught it, to take the market down just temporarily. Okay, then the rest of the Friday was just a bunch of chop, and I kept, I told this on one-on-one, I kept ping-ponging and getting frustrated because it wasn't moving. So anywho, so this morning we had an explosion up into this area, and now we took the inducement, but I believe we're coming down. Since they're adding buys right now, it means we need to be in the sells or look for sells. Once again, we took this, but I think we're also will take that and that, because all of this stuff is liquidity that's been mitigated through. Does everybody understand that? So then I have sort of a confusion on exactly what to play. So one thing I think of playing is this wick at 50% after it takes this liquidity, because I do believe we will do come back and take this wick out and take this wick out to fill this final imbalance, because like I said, this is the last high that created this low. Now this low just pierced through, I'll answer that in a second, Brendan. Pierced through, this square represents how much it pierced through the previous low that was holding bullishness. So we are now officially bearish. You got to pay attention to these little peaks. This is telegraph of what's going to happen next. This is the intent. They are intending to go bearish. I just think they're going to gather final buys, maybe by first taking out this liquidity. But again, I need an order flow shift in order to take a trade like this. The only thing and then I have a giant sell, like ginormous sell in this 1816 area, like ginormous sell. And another ginormous sell over here at 1822. Or 1820, I should say, 1820 even. Again, from just scaling in onto super small time frame. And the only buy I have is here. It's like 3 pips on gold. So this is the giant lot, just because this is the expansion from the last liquidity. So, and gold absolutely loves extremes if you ever traded gold. So instead of watching order flow, I would rather, because I'm going to be sleeping during London and this is when it's going to happen, I would rather just have one position here. If it gets screwed, whatever. Like I said, like Ryan said, I don't care about missing out if I miss out, so I didn't lose any money. Right. And then it will come to this exchange point first, taking out all of this liquidity that is built, and then drop so hard that you guys will freak. Because after it takes out this low, we come in for all of this at least to 1760 level, which is what, 300 points on gold, 3,000 pips. Pretty awesome. Yeah. So, or is it 30 points? It's 30 points, 300 pips. Still 300 pips is pretty damn awesome. We know gold can move like that. But from here, it's actually 400 pips. And from there, it's probably 500 pips. So 500 pips from this point would be freaking amazing. It's just watching it, have one buy limit there, sell limit here, and sell limit there. That's what I got. I'm bearish on gold because everybody's buying it. On Euro USD and GU, interestingly enough, everybody's selling it. I dare you to fucking sell GU. Good luck. They've been selling from over here. I mean, there will be reaction or something from here, sure. But until like this is, they've been selling it for a while. EU, they just started selling. And of course, as soon as they start selling, today was just a bullish run. So let's, okay, I was going to answer the question. To take the partials, right? Take the partials. For the partials, guys, I take the partials. So there's 2 ways, right? One that Ryan loves, and that is if you split your trade into 2 and go 1 to 2, 1 to your target. The other one is when it breaks some kind of structure. But to be honest, guys, like, are you trying to impress someone? Like, I honestly am not impressed by almost anything. I'm impressed by Mike Azevedo and his patience. That's what I'm impressed by. I'll never achieve that. But I'm not impressed by lot sizes, dick sizes, whatever. I don't care. I'm not. So if you feel in your heart that you should take partials, take them. If you feel that you need to take partials to cover losses, take them, right? It's about you. It's about your family, your income, your livelihood, your accounts. Nobody gives a flying fuck. That's just my truth to you, that nobody at the end of the day. I saw an awesome meme yesterday that said like some people are not your friends. They're just too scared to be your enemies. That's freaking awesome. But at the end of the day, like, it's about you. Like, I'm not feeding you. You're feeding you, right? So who am I to tell you when to take partials? But my advice, if you understand your analysis, if you take partials, there is no need to put stop loss and profit. That's what people do. They put their stop loss and profit when they take partials. And it depends. Like, let's say you got into a buy on EU right here for some reason, whatever, you saw Wyckoff and you just get in. You got in here, right? And you took partials right here as soon as it reached here. You would be very dumb to put stop loss and profit, because it could easily come down, mitigate, and take you out and come back. In fact, that's what happened over here. But like, imagine you got in on this wick, and when it got here, you took partials, and it just came out exactly to your stop, took you out, and then came all the way up. You'd be pretty pissed. So don't put if you already took partials, there's no need. You're already covered for that stop loss. So that's one thing. But if I take, like, if you actually go all the way to over here and take partials, then yeah, then you put stop loss and profit, because you already reached your target. And now you're just leaving this for extra. In fact, I almost stopped. Like, I always take partials, but then if I don't feel like taking partials, then I just hedge, right? You can also hedge instead of taking partials. So let's talk about EU, man. EU is bait. This was such a crazy manipulation on, I know so many people that got screwed. This was tricky. So, but in any way, it doesn't matter what stage of smart money, you could have benefited from EU like crazy last week. Thursday was the money day. Like, whether you do Wyckoff, whether you're new to smart money, like, it doesn't matter. Like, this setup, anybody, if you didn't see it, then you need to backtest more, and I don't know, like, you need to practice more. That's the only thing I can tell you. So watch, right? People were marking this out as spring over here and test over here. People are marking out that this is ST in phase B, and this is a signal of strength. Whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter, because you could have easily, or this signal of strength, they were marking out all kinds of ways. So if you look at structure and order flow, where is the last successful sell? That is technically the last successful sell. You can argue that this is the structure thing, but in order flow, saying that that's the last impulse and that's the last successful sell, right? Okay, so the structure is still here, but this is order flow, right? So order flow is here. We're coming here, and then we come in here. Okay, so that's successful sell that with a compressed pullback, but that's successful sell, right? So we have the high, then we have the low, then we have the break of this high with this wick at peak. So the same thing. You have the accumulation, right? Manipulation, distribution. That little wick is manipulation. That's distribution, little peak. And then this news came out or whatever, dropped the market straight into this candle with this wick. And if you were targeting this wick here, or if you were targeting this wick here, or this wick here in 1 hour, right? It just, or 2 hours. It got through and you would have gotten it. But then what happened is what screwed most people up, because this is what they do. They miss the full structure on a higher time frame. Guys, bias and higher time frame should not be measured, write this down, on any time frame lower than 4 hours. Weekly, daily, 4 hours is your bias. Other than that, you should not have a bias. They will reverse it in a heartbeat. big players, big dogs play on big time frames. They don't give a shit about you. So the structure here, low, high, low, still possibly don't have a lower high. We don't have a lower high. That's not a lower high. That's the target right now. We'll get there in a second. So what happened was this wick here, this wick, pay attention, this wick here did not break structure to the downside because that is here. Okay, I did a huge breakdown on EU on a daily because this is what I see. This was the liquidity take, and there's the extreme over there. This low here on the daily took this liquidity of the wick, did not break structure. And if it did not break structure, and this is still the low, and this is still the high, that's a complex pullback. That is the target on the daily. So on the daily, this might take weeks. I don't know how long it will take. But I'm telling you right now that this here is a target because it didn't lead to break of structure. It led to distribution. And this is still our low that maintains bullishness. So let's come back here. So another tip is understand that wicks like this, long wicks, not wicks like this, but long ass wicks like this is nothing but liquidity. Always. Right? So what I say, always. So this wick gets taken and this wick goes straight into 4-hour candle. See this? But it's a wick, but it still went into last candle before down move. Bounces up and notice this. This wick does not break structure. Does not break structure. And it comes to this support, aka future trap. Right? So this is what happened. We took this wick, mitigated, and dropped. But watch this though. I told you on 4-hour we mitigated the candle. And by the way, I could be completely wrong. This is my story. I'm sticking to it. So if you look at this wick on 1 hour, it did not really mitigate this last candle up on 1 hour. And this last candle up is also part of liquidity here because I see this nice hidden liquidity here. Right, hidden liquidity here with the order block over there at 1.870 somewhere. So to me, this is the major point of liquidity over here, this wick. So we're going to definitely grab this, definitely kill it. Yeah.
They're asking you to go full screen on your screen. Click the little box to make it bigger.
I can do this. The problem is then it cuts off the left side on my screen. This screen has a defect. But okay, I'll try. This is better? All right. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is this is definitely right now coming to the POI to take this wick. Now, I split my orders. I'm not sure if it's going to stop here or if it's gonna, since it's already stopped here at this exchange point before, right? Supply used to be demand, now it's supply. I'm not sure if it's gonna stop here again or if it's gonna go for this, but I have 2 orders, 2 sell limits sitting here waiting. Now, for my analysis, I would say definitely watch schematic or an order flow shift in here and have an extreme order there. Okay. If we do not take this wick and do some bullshit over here and turn around, then I have 50 lots waiting over here. Now, why do I have 50 lots waiting over here in my house and the keys? It's because this here trap, everybody thinks it's a spring. I think it's ST in phase B, but regardless, this is a bunch of liquidity built up for later. And on the left, way back when, on the left, way back when, in here, where? Oh,
So the question is, it'll take the liquidity on EU because it never made a new lower level, correct?
right. And first it will take the high because that high didn't lead to break of the liquidity, didn't lead to break of structure. So it needs to come back for that liquidity, take out that wick in order to take that built up demand, if you will, right? You need to break through that, you need liquidity. Where is liquidity? The last manipulation that ended in a wick, if that makes sense. That's what's called inducement. So, and you can learn that either in Peter's mentorship or my mentorship. Anyway, so here, if you look at what happened in this case, we had nice accumulation, nice reaccumulation. Then I'm speeding it up. Basically, came back, did one more manipulation into this demand zone, right? And look at what happened. All right. This is the less successful manipulation sell from here down to go up, right? So we never made it here. All right, we never made it this low. And there's still orders. Look at this perfect boop. Just bleep here. So from here to over here is about 2 pips. That's why I have 50 lots, because 2 pips is still my 1%, right? So boom. Right here is where I'm looking to buy if they don't take the wick. And if they do take the wick and I'm in a sell and I am profiting already a ton, then yes, I will still take that as a hedge. But first they need to take a wick and start turning around. And right now everybody's selling EU, which is weird. Yeah, they're going to start buying now because as soon as this starts going, they're going to start buying and it's going to crank. So this is what I'm saying to you. If this wick gets taken, look for a sell in this area and this area. If this wick doesn't get taken, look for a buy underneath this lowest wick. See my big square and small square. You can put your positions accordingly, but this is the trade of the week. Cleanest, amazing, awesome. So I kind of would prefer that it doesn't take the wick and comes here, so I can take the wick with them later. But yeah, I'm prepared for either scenario. I might be looking for a sell or a sell. If that happens, to hedge. If that doesn't, I'm just gonna put limits here and see. What is that? YouTube channel?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. So that's the 2 best setups. There's no questions, right, guys?
Got through all of them.
All right. CAD JPY. This was a setup that I played today. I do have a setup for tomorrow, especially since we didn't break structure. So structure is super bullish. The sentiment, you see what I mean? Okay. Can't see the top. Sentiment on CAD JPY. Look at that. 80% selling, 20% buying. Okay. What's KJPY doing? So freaking bullish, it's crazy. And yet everybody's selling. Awesome. So what are we doing right now? Why is everybody selling? Look at this. Look at this purple line. Any questions? That's why everybody's selling. Everybody sees support resistance right here. Right? Everybody's selling. What a bunch of goofs. So as the story goes, we need to induce the sellers, give them something to chew on, give them some profits, and then break it. So we're doing what? Reaccumulating. Now let's see what happens. So we took this liquidity, right? All of this liquidity here. We have a high, then we have a low, then we have a higher high with this wick in order flow, right? Order flow, not majority structure, because I'm lower than 4 hours. So the 1 hour order flow, we have the wick, we have the wick, we have the wick. Okay. So now what I saw yesterday, and I gave breakdown to my peeps, is this. We have this accumulation, right? Then we got the intent showing us we're still bullish. That wick, however, does not take anything. It just comes here, creates more equal lows, right? And this right here, is where the last, the last buy happened. So liquidity underneath, perfect scenario. Take this liquidity, go into lowest point, just freaking beautiful. This is right here, freaking to the pip. All right, comes back here. You can buy, and I'm sure I was on a smaller time frame when I was drawing this. Yeah, okay, yeah, perfectly last candle and gold for the balance, whatever, 50% of the last candle, whatever you want, right? So, but the interesting thing is, it still did not take this wick. Right, so here was the super easy buy if you didn't get the buy. Once again, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, mitigation. AMD, get in, right? Easy peasy for cheesy. Awesome buy. Okay, but so this buy so far right now at the point the price action is happening, although this kind of looks like reaccumulation, but it could be a very well distribution. I don't know. I don't care. What I care about is this wick. If this wick gets taken, I'll be looking to get in the market here. All right, I'll be looking to get it here after it takes out this liquidity. If this wick is not taken and we just come down right now, that's the target, because this is inducement. This is the early buyers trying to get in on mitigation, thinking they know everything. So that's the target now, because this is the last low that mitigated out of here, right? But here's the question. See my question mark? The question mark is because even though this broke the booth, it did not break this wick. Neither this one nor this one broke this wick. So that can potentially be a target as well. And then in that case, the house order is right here in this area. Then the house is an 87.47 with 87.42. Guys, I'm on 15 minutes. I don't need to go to one second to see this, because then the target is the wick, and this is already 120 probably, or 1-12, whatever it is. And then I'm going way higher too, because if you go on a daily, we're nowhere near the sellers. This is where the banks are. We are at supply and demand point where everybody's selling. We're going at least to here, if not getting through this, but we're going at least to here. This is, again, 200 pips. I can risk 7 to go to 100. I'm cool with that. It's like what? That's a lot. 1 to 30, something. Perfect. So that was the easy trade today. And I closed it already. So now I'm just waiting once again to either break this wick and try to get in here. I still don't like this wick, so I still would rather get in on here. Like it would go to a higher time frame than 15 minutes. You can see how everything is. But if it does break the wick, I'll be okay splitting my order in half. 15 minutes. Right? If it doesn't break this wick, then I'm gonna wait. If I see order flow here, it's gonna be here. If I don't, then I'll just rely on my buy limit here. Most likely it will go for the wick, so I'll be looking to get in here and here in those two yellow boxes. So it's pretty good, easy setup today, but hopefully it will give us re-entry. GA was a motherfucker, kind of. I've been waiting for GA, and most people are selling it. I think 90% of people or something are selling it. Something crazy. Where is my sentiment? GA. Left hand. Come on. Look at that. Look at this. 91% now. Last time I looked at it was like an hour ago, it was 90. 91%. Our people are selling it, and it's sky high. It's sky high. So we've been moving in this channel. Darth Maul entered over here. This was kind of funny to me. 100 pip wick, 100 pip candle, both sides. Yeah. But this is what I was waiting for when we were on Furious Monday, last Monday. We were here, so I was waiting, and it kind of went away. So no, it's still valid because there's still orders. This is still manipulation. This is still an AMD. That crazy reaction can only be caused by banks. So I'm gonna be just waiting there at some point, right? I got into a sell right here, which was a gamble, I should say. Don't ever do that if you're not. It wasn't very gamble. It was just on a very small time frame. So this is what happened, right? I saw this high, then I saw a break of structure, break of order flow, I should say. Oh no, what am I saying? Here, this is easy. This is what I saw. Right? I saw a break of order flow here, and I simply put a limit over there. Like on the bottom, not in the middle. Actually, not on the bottom. What am I saying? No, I actually got in super high. That's right. I have a screenshot. I already shared it. Right here. Last point of liquidity. I just set it there. I just set it at this here. That's it. I just put it there, and that's all she wrote. I saw this is our last successful buy, right? This is no structure. This is bullshit. So this was their last manipulation, last buy. It got in there and bounced. So this is most likely now liquidity, because that didn't lead to anything. That supply didn't lead to, so demand is greater than supply. So now we're reaccumulating. This kind of looks to me right now like reaccumulation that might give a spring to take this out into the extreme over here. That would be a nice buy if we can get into it. Maybe. So guys, this is why I don't care about losing. Because every time I get in the market, this is the risk, you know, like I don't care. Under leverage and you will win. So like, this is only what? 3 pips, 4 pips, a little less than 4 pips, 3.6 pips. Come on. 4 pips. Like if your 1% is, let's say, 10 lots with 4 pips, then bet 5. Now you're only risking 0.5%. Bet 2.5 is still plenty of money if it goes where it needs to. So that's what I'm saying, guys. There's no rush. If I miss and it just goes up, well, who cares? I don't lose any money. So that's the only setup I see, because I'm still have my buy limit all the way down, but it's going to take a year before it gets there again. So unless we have some kind of news. Speaking of news, FOMC should do nicely for Euro USD and gold dying. Anyway, what's up, Magno Tolentino? What's up? Ask a question. Go ahead in the Q&A. Or you're just saying hi? Why not to buy where? From here? No, I am definitely buying from there. I'm saying, oh, look at this. It's coming. I don't know if it'll get there, but this kind of looks awesome. This looks exactly like the reaccumulation thing, the creek, the fake to the top, then the shakeout to the bottom, taking out this liquidity, this double bottom, whatever, and coming into this extreme, possibly. Yeah. No, right. This yellow, I'm definitely buying it if it gets there. I just don't know if it will, because what I'm saying is I got into the sell, and once it got to here, I got out. So I got like a little bit out of it, but not what I wanted. Actually, I'm lying. I didn't get out here. I got out at the close, right before market close, so I don't have to hold it. But it is what it is. But I always get confused with these because this technically looks like a bullish flag for most retail, if you know what that is. Flag of America. So, but that's why, you know, they're probably happy because it's moving up. It might even move up to this diagonal line I have, my channel, and then drop. Who knows? I'm not going to predict. Buy off the wicks. So there's not just wicks. Like this is not a long wick like this one. I don't know. I don't see anything that's not. Maybe it'll even take that and go into here.
Probably more likely.
Maybe it'll actually go right here. No, because that tap. No, it didn't.
We're on the 2 minute now.
Kind of. Yeah, like we're 2 minutes. I don't know. Like I said, I would need to see. But because there's liquidity and this is right under, like it looks like. Yeah, actually. I like this right here. You see this little imbalance right underneath these two wicks? He'll take out this liquidity, probably take out this one. This I like better. This is good eye, man. Good eye. I actually like this much better.
Since they're so tight, those are one of those you want to add a couple
Because
pips so you don't.
if you look at here, everything was clean even on 2 minutes. Like everything's here is clean. But here you can see explosion from this reaccumulation. And it came, but it didn't fully mitigate. So I like this place. Reminds me of home.
If you're going to send a limit too, those are one of those situations because we're so tight. Add another pip up just to make sure you get into the trade so it doesn't take off without you and not tap you in.
What am I profiting off? Euro USD. Nice. Very nice. Right. So that's that pair. Euro GBP, man, is slow as like a freaking, I don't know what, as a turtle. Yes, I have an idea on Euro GBP. but there is a concern. So here's the thing. This looks perfect once again as a, that's why I said abundant market this week, right? So this was this accumulation, that explosion, then the reaccumulation, the longest reaccumulation in the world, like since what? Since April, we've been in this channel on the 4 hour, on the daily. But this is the problem that I have. This was a perfect sell if you were able to catch it last week, by the way, from the extreme, last liquidity point. Perfect. Like you could have had 1 pip stop loss and been in profit, 150 pips already. So if you caught it, kudos to you. Congrats, right? Or from an exchange point as well. Because like this is how easy it is, guys. Last buy right here. You see this? Last buy. Boom. I am on 4 hour and I still see this. Let's go on 1 hour. Now let's go back to 4 hour. Here's that wick reaction from the demand, comes back. Actually, so you can see better, I'll zoom in. You see this wick right before the candle down. That's the reaction from the demand, and as well as inducement. We come down again to the demand, have probably come higher, take out liquidity, and come down, pass through this point, the wick. The wick is on 15-minute. That's a bunch of candles, right? Then come back to what was once supply. Sorry, demand now is supply. Let's go to 50 minutes. Oh, so freaking easy. Look at that. Last buy, breaks through the point, comes back straight into it, down. Like you could have sniped that. You could have sniped this. You could have sniped this mitigation from here. Just, you don't need many pairs to trade, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Pick a pair that you like and just annihilate it. Understand how market moves. So afterwards, what I see now, right? The problem that I see is that the fact that it mitigated from the extreme also means that we are still in a bearish structure, and that this low did not cause the break of structure. And if this low, I don't care if it's 1 pip, this low didn't cause the break of structure. That means this buy is not valid, right? So to me, all of this is liquidity. Oh, sorry, that's not the concern I have. So this is my understanding, right? So I understand that this is now the target. This was the whole thing, is inducement for early buyers, institutions, not you and I. That would still be a nice buy from whatever Wyckoff it is. But right now, this is a trap, because people, smart money, everyone trying to buy from these little order blocks and bullshit. Everyone in the world right now trying to buy from the support. It's bearish as hell because 80% or 85% are trying to buy from this support. Look at that. Support for people, right? That's why we're coming down like crazy. So this is going to get cleaned, but my concern is different. On daily, this low did not take this high. This low did not take this high. So technically, the structure is still, actually, I would say this, and this is a trap for the future. This, well, okay. Yeah, this, and then that, right? And then this is not a structure because we didn't make a lower low. Even though you want to say it's structure, it's not, right? So this is our low that maintains, this is our low that hasn't been broken yet, but we have, this low did not take this. But I still like this position here because it's under 3 levels of liquidity that I have to take. And also this wick is a trap, and this is actually the high. So because it moves like a teeter-totter back and forth from liquidity, that's what makes the market move. I still think I just wouldn't put like a house on it, but I still think that's an amazing buy opportunity, especially because I know what happened on the left. So all of this is liquidity, is going to get grabbed probably tonight during London. And then if you look at what happened here, it's so beautiful. So technically, this whole drop from here, right? Price is right here right now, 85.40. This is 84.80, something like that. So the mitigation. So I have this, and then this tiny thing over here. 2 orders. My first order is from 85 even, just because I like even numbers. So I have a buy limit at 85. I have a buy limit at 84.78. Right? 84.78, 85. Like those are 50%, 80% of this whole move, whatever you want to say. Like any way you want to look at it. I see this manipulation from which we went up. So this is the last point of buy that was successful. That's the exchange point. That's the extreme. I said either come here or both. So that's where I'm looking to buy. That answers your question. Whoever asked that. Magno. Yeah. So that's my area for a buy. I am not looking to buy anything here. I saw some charts come out looking in this wick, coming up with shit that's not there. Like to me, this is just, it's a typical model 1, 2, 3. Buy, get the buyers on board, then kill them to the lower part where they bought. I see this every time. Buy, get buyers on the board, kill them. Buy, get buyers on board, kill them. Like everywhere. Buy, get the buyers on board, kill them. I can go all day. Like this shit happens all the time. So to me, this is clean liquidity and clean order block on the bottom. So amazing set. I'm telling you, like these, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs, to me, I'm like, I can get rich just doing either one of them. Now, hot cat is the funniest shit ever. Liquidity near high. Sorry, Robert, I missed where you, okay, where you marked the target eyes in that AMD we could sell from. Windsor, which pair? Sorry, I just saw this like 10 minutes later. On Euro GBP or GA? Oh, wow. Target icon here. Yeah, this red is where I sell from. Oh, EG. So you said Euro USD. I don't have a target icon. Oh, Robert, what you were talking about? Liquidity near the high. Near which high? Huh? This high? This liquidity? Or this liquidity? Yeah, this is liquidity. So what? Like this wick actually mitigated out of here. This is what happened. So now it becomes liquidity true, but that's for way later. You know, like why is this liquidity still here? It's liquidity, but that's way later. I mean, so get everything together in one picture. 85% people buying, right? We're accumulating and giving them some sauce, right? Giving them the buy. They're now panicking. FOMO kicks in. They keep buying. They crank it down. They're like, okay, well, at least I'm going to put stop loss over here and buy from support to make up for the losses. And they keep buying here. It's going to crank it, take out liquidity, and then buy lower. And then go for all this liquidity that you mentioned. But it's not going to go for this liquidity, just for this liquidity. It's going to go all the way through this wick into here. That reminds me of Bitcoin. Bitcoin did the same exact freaking thing on the crazy scale last night. I don't know if anyone saw this. Went from like 33 to 40. The same exact pattern. Bunch of freaking liquidity, a wick, and went into 40 level in there. This is the same thing. They always do this. It's a typical accumulation to me. But buying right now is too early. Buying here is good, or this might get killed because it did not break this wick. This is what I'm saying. If it doesn't work, then my next buy is all the way at 84. Then I'll be looking for a sell for sure. Right. And how does this work? Well, you know where I'm 85. If that level gets broken, what's going to happen? 100%. He'll come back. That break and retest will happen. He'll come back to the previous last successful buy, which is the demand zone. It'll come back and turn into supply. And then I can go lose that trade, not give a shit, and sell all the way to here. So I'll lose the 10 pips or whatever I'm going, and I'll take 200. Thank you. It's either or scenario. Don't just say, well, Yuri said buy from here, set the limit and fine, and goes to sleep. No. This is more of if the price action is right, if takes out liquidity, has a reaction out of here, changes order flow, everything's perfect, then yes. If that doesn't happen, you switch your bias like that. You understand that we're still bearish. You understand that we're still on this bearish downtrend here from all the way over there. And we haven't reached this yet, right? We haven't reached the bullish accumulation, if you will, or the last demand. That exchange point is here. So last demand is right there. You got to understand that. So until we reach that, if you get killed on a buy, that's on you. Higher time for a Trump, small time. That's what I'm saying. I'm concerned about that point because it didn't take structure and we're still bearish. But knowing that EG moves a little bit slower than my grandmother when she was alive, it will take some time. So just patiently waiting for this all to get grabbed and seeing price action afterwards. Oddcat was just funny. I left it on this list because of the Darth Maul again, the lightsaber over here. Because I basically gave the trade idea in my group, and I said, "Look, guys, it's going to hit this order block, or it might hit this order block, and then because the structure, this one is the immediate level, so of course it hits this, gives a nice profit, and then this wick happens, and it hits the second one to the pip, like that inner one." Just unbelievable. Comes back here, hits this point again, comes down. So just nasty looking, weird, whatever it's doing. Not interested in trading Oddcat, sorry. We're still bearish though, so keep that in mind. We're still bearish. I don't like wicks, so I think this wick will be taken and then will come finally down, but I don't know. I'm not gonna guess. This hasn't led to break a structure, so this is a target as well. But then this didn't lead to anything but this, so maybe this is a target. They're in the middle of everything. I'm not looking to play Oddcat. That's another thing, guys. Like, I hear this from people. I only trade GU, EU, and gold. What happens if there is no clean setup? What do you do then? I am all for trading a few pairs. I am all for trading one pair a week. You just got to find the one that has amazing setups. You can't go, oh, I'm only trading GU and that's it. But what if GU is doing this freaking bullshit all? Oh, what the hell? What if it's doing this all week? Like, why would you play that pair? And then you have EU that's a similar and a most traded pair that's doing a beautiful thing, or other way around. Like, you don't have to be. I mean, unless you're just beginning to trade, then yeah. But if you're a serious trader, just think about it. You're missing out on all the price action. You're sitting there making, I don't know, 2% where you could making with your skills, maybe making a lot more. Just saying. I think that's all the pairs that I had actually prepared for today. Let me look at GJ. Maybe I had some GJ insight. Oh, they must be bearish on GJ. They must be super bearish on GJ. Are they? Oh, 82%. Of course. So yeah, GJ is just slowly climbing up. And we took this point here, so we're gonna bounce and keep going. Higher time frame to the rescue. I don't like nothing. I don't see. Maybe this one. But you should be looking at a buy anyway right now, not as a sell. And there's some beautiful buys available right now. The very first one, if you're looking, is here. Right there. And yep. And then after that would be over here, back in there. If it breaks this, it breaks everything. If it breaks this wick, it breaks all this. And then you're back in here. 2 buys, but that's not on my list right now. I'm not looking to trade it. All right, any other pairs, guys? I know I missed GU just because me and GU are divorced for a while. You want to know why? Because from January of this month, or February, I was waiting on this. I was waiting on this beauty to play out. And it did. But it didn't play out where I wanted it. It played out at the very extreme of 5 minutes. And not only I missed out on probably the biggest payday of my life, but also I was buying all the way until it knocked me completely out and lost a good 5% of my personal account. And so I got most of it back like the next day. But the fact that this could have been 100K in 2 days makes me very, very upset. But it is what it is. It happens. I'm just, right now they're still selling it. Sorry, they're still selling it like crazy, and we're way too high to be buying right now on GU. We're way too high to be buying. We need to be looking for sells, but I need to see price action for the sells, because daily wise, I mean, we're still right now. So much shit. Let me clean it up. We're still right now bearish as hell, obviously, but we gotta fill in this like here before even having any reaction. We gotta come there and probably clean this. We're at this trend line. Everybody's gonna be selling. We're at the look at why everybody's selling. Why is everybody selling? Okay, I see the trend line 1. I see support resistance 2. Right? This is the sweet spot for all the retail. They're gonna be selling. So I'm saying you should be looking for a buy here, maybe here, but you shouldn't be looking for a sell when everybody is selling. But like I said, I have plenty of setups that I gave today that I'm looking at I do not care about GU for this week. Well, I need to chill with it. Yeah, Mahavir, if I'm pronouncing that right. The recording is on YouTube at Furious Snipers LLC. Go there, subscribe, hit the like button. You should be notified every time. And it's under live recordings, not uploaded recordings. So make sure you allow all videos, view all videos in the account, not just uploaded ones. Yeah, guys, any other pairs? Or I was promising to look at Bitcoin to some people. I don't know why you guys like Bitcoin. Trash until it reaches 25. I mean, how does it get more cleaner than this? What's the order block? I always say this shit. All right. I'm on daily and I can see this. Last candle, getting goal for the balance. Okay, great. All right. So on 1 hour, you can think of it as distro. You can think of it last high. Oh, don't tell me if I can hit this. If I can hit that. Probably not. Did I hit this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously? Oh no, not quite. Okay, well, I wasn't very precise. Close. Yeah, so my opinion, it's just an inducement to go even lower. It's a redistro. So now that we hit it, we did not, again, like if you understand structure, it's not that hard. Low, high, low, mitigation. Because this didn't break this, that is a target. And that is the target. Boo! Hope you caught the right. If not, that's where you should play. I mean, technically, this whole level is the last manipulation. But if I'm playing in this top portion. So if it can peak into here and come down, great. If it just keeps going down, you need to wait for it to break that to get in at supply and demand. All right. Q&As. Will you post? Okay, yeah. All right. So right now we're working on the boot camp very hard with Peter. We're shooting for October 9th. That's I think all the announcements that I have. Do you have any announcements? Oh, we're working on the logo with Ryan.
Yeah.
Gonna be changing the logo. Once again, thanks everyone for coming. Bootcamp is gonna be super cheap, dude. We're slashing all the prices, and if you're one of the first ones, it's only gonna be $100. $100 for all day, right? We're gonna go from like anywhere from 5 to 10 hours, whole Saturday. If you say you can't afford it, get out of my face. Not trying to be mean, just saying that for how much do you pay a personal trainer? If we have to work there for 8 hours, teach you stuff, and you're saying for free, that's disrespect, brother.
There's months that go into this, so it's not just like a few hours.
Yeah, you know how
So-
how much we got to like record, mark up, and do. Like I could easily sell this shit for $5 grand. Like the fact that I'm doing it for pocket change, basically. You know, you can get it anywhere you want. Go ahead. Like I don't if you like, you know what I mean. Like I'm not holding. It's a voluntary thing. This dude about soccer.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see them on the 3rd. They're coming back. They're actually Austin FC. Well, we talked about that. Coming to Austin, Jamaica and US.
Mhm.
The qualifiers.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming. If you have any questions, if you want to be our friends again, like I said, our telegrams.
Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate you always.
Telegrams.
Yep.
Too much weed before the match. Nice.
Yeah.
You know how to find me in Discord as well. I try to help out when I can. All right. Have an awesome week. We have plenty of setups. If you don't catch anything, you definitely need a mentor. So consider us. All right. Take care, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Reach out with any questions, guys. We're here for you. Take care.
Greg, those type of questions you should definitely ask in private. Just message us, either one of us on here. I'll share it again.
I'm gonna kill the recording.